come out throwing here to start the drive. And he slings one that's incomplete. Hey, I wanted to sneak this in. Overtime in the Super Bowl. First ever, by the way. Some folks after were having the discussion, do they like the college rules for overtime better? Should each team at least get an offensive possession? What do you think?
Now, how deep are you talking about the college rules? Because I don't like the college overtime because it feels gimmicky to me. Because it's
starting from the 25.
Yeah, it's not real football. But you're talking about make it equal.
Should each team at least get a possession?
I am so old school, Brandon. I liked the original sudden death. Okay? Coin flip. One team gets the ball, one team doesn't. You have a chance to stop them on defense. If you don't do that, so be it. That's just me. But in this situation, I do like the tweak the NFL made. If you go downfield and score a touchdown, that's your ball game. If it's a field goal or less, then the other team gets a possession. I think that's more than equitable. But for me, bring it back to the original sudden death.
Man, you are old school. I do think at least it should be a touchdown. A field goal should not decide it on the first possession. Here's a screen to Powell. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They go with Murray again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game. But here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. And if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit. Try it that way.
Cooper's got it. 9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So they're operating in the red zone. On 1st down, Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Latavius Murray, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are back within a score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So out now come the Jets. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Play clock winding down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
On second down, Forte. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Petty. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Carr throwing on second down. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's third and goal. Now Carr on the bootleg. So the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. David Harris in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Out is Janikowski now for the Raider field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So now on fourth down, the Raiders will turn it over to the left foot of Sebastian Janikowski. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort. They'll
come out in the pistol. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
So times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And now they're in the hurry-up. 3rd down, here's Forte. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he's got a new one. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Petty now. To Decker over the middle. And he's brought down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 5. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This is the running back, Powell. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. And quickly, they get to the line. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And now look at him go. The 40. He's at the 30. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
And he knocks it through. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Dan Williams there to make the tackle.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they're going to speed things up here. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Eric Decker was the intended receiver, and now it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Hurry up, here we go.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it third down.
I'm going to show my running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Patty. A bullet throw, but incomplete. He was trying for his running back, Bilal Powell, and it's fourth down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay. Wide and yay. Zebra. All right, here we go. Zebra and yay.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a second and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
All right, here we go.
Murray fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, second and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Carr. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Now Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Carr going to go on fourth down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Caught. Safarian-Jenkins, right side. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Petty now. Anunwa's got it, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Well, time not on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Surveying the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Here's Patty. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Eric Decker, the intended target. And fourth down coming up.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And the slot man goes in motion left. Carr to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On a delay of game there, they could not get the play off in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Calvin Pryor. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So we've got a 2nd and 5. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now following that play, we've got a man down defensively, one of the members of the secondary. And we'll just hope he's all right to continue. They start on the ground with Forte. And some room to work. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there in overtime, and even 40 yards. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They're going to look to throw. To Decker over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Now to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And that changes everything here in OT. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
They come out here in the eye. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. What can Carr do now with his drive? Brought in by Walford, right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
going to try and throw on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And now it's fourth down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on fourth down. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Walford's got it. Complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, let's begin by trying to get into the mind of the head coach. He's telling us he wants to win the game right now. That's why they went for it and got it on fourth down.
And the offense lining up first and 10. On first and 10, here's Carr. Here's Walford over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
All right, here we go.
Again, it's Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Throwing his Carr on third down. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go.
Here's Patty. And able to find Decker. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Now let's go. Check, Patriot.
They go again with Powell. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Petty now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam him free and brings up 4th down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. This to win it in overtime. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught at the 10. A huge play there in overtime. And even 60 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's no quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here in overtime, and we'll be back. So now this thing's coming down to the big left leg of Sebastian Janikowski. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what